Union Starbucks baristas have overwhelmingly authorized an unfair labor practice strike. If Starbucks fails to finalize a fair union contract, baristas in dozens of cities will launch an unfair labor practice strike on Thursday, November 13th, grinding Starbucks to a halt on the busiest sales day of the year. My name is CT, and I'm a 2-year shift supervisor and organizer at one of the first organized stores in Columbus, Ohio. As thousands of baristas like me gear up for a potential unfair labor practice strike, I want to get real with you about what's on the line. We're talking about the second biggest fast food corporation in the world. A company that has spent the last 4 years trying to break our union, committing the most labor rights violations in U.S. history. Starbucks is at the forefront of a campaign by big wealthy corporations to crush the upsurge of organizing momentum among young workers and to peel away hard-won worker rights. Starbucks is a multi-billion-dollar coffee giant that has enough money to pay its CEO $96 million for just 120 days of work last year. It would cost them less than 1 day of sales to finalize our contract and to settle all unfair labor practice disputes. Yet they'd rather fly CEO Brian Niccol around in a private jet and spend an estimated $240 million on union busting than pay us what we deserve. And not only that, Starbucks is cozying up to the Trump administration. We've repeatedly called on Starbucks to offer new proposals that meet our demands for increased take-home pay, more hours, better staffing levels, and resolve unfair labor practices. But instead of working with baristas to solve these problems, Starbucks continues to ignore our demands, which is why 93% of union baristas voted to authorize an open-ended unfair labor practice strike. If Starbucks fails to deliver, we will turn Red Cup Day into Red Cup Rebellion. In order to win this contract, we're going to need your help. Yes, you watching. Unionized baristas are calling on allies and customers to stop buying Starbucks if we have to go on strike. Spend this week mapping out alternatives, like finding a local coffee shop or making drinks at home. When workers take action together with the support and solidarity of their community, we can take power back from billionaires and CEOs. So be ready to stop buying Starbucks if we go on strike. Starbucks knows where we stand. They know our demands. They need to finalize this contract and stop union busting before the holiday season.